Hey guys, it's Beth. Today I'll be using this Dollar Tree pizza pan. This printable, I did a 12-inch wood round and some scrapbook paper to make bee decor. I took the wood round and painted it with one coat of plaster chalk paint on just the front, and then used my heating tool to dry that. Next, I took Mod Podge and applied a generous layer to the very front, covering the entire thing, and placed down my scrapbook paper, smoothing it out with my hands. Once I had it attached, I just cut off the excess scrapbook paper around it, placed down parchment paper, and ironed on the scrapbook paper. This gets rid of any bubbles or wrinkles and dries that in Mod Podge. Then I added another layer of Mod Podge covering the scrapbook paper and used my heating tool to dry that. And then sanded off all of the excess scrapbook paper around the edge. Next, I took some masking tape and taped off a section on the center of the scrapbook paper. This will be because I'm placing the printable about right here and did not want the scrapbook paper to be shown through the printable. And I did use plaster chalk paint, which I should have used a white chalk paint since the paper would match that better, and I end up having to paint a section just the white color. And then I took my printable and cut out the beehive and a line where the words are. And then I flipped my printable over and did the plaster chalk paint, just covering the beehive section. I did not want to try to paint that shape on the wood round, so I just went and painted the back side of the beehive so you couldn't see the scrapbook paper through it. I had placed down the printable, and that's when I noticed that the color plaster was too much of a dark white, and it didn't match the other side of my printable paper. So I painted that with Snow White chalk paint just on that one side, and then added a layer of Mod Podge where my printable will be going. And then I placed down the printable and smoothed that out with my hands. And I will be putting this printable on my Facebook group for anyone that wants to use it. Once I had that down, I used my iron and parchment paper to seal that on there, and then cut off the excess scrapbook paper, made sure it was dry, and then did an outer layer of Mod Podge covering the entire thing. Next, I took my pizza pan and sanded just the outer edge and a little bit of the inside that is next to the edge and the back. And then I used black chalk paint to paint the rim of the pizza pan and a little bit on the inside and the entire back. And I did one coat on the back and 2 coats on the front, just on that rim area. Once that was dry, I took Golden Sunset acrylic paint. The back of my paintbrush, just kept dipping it in the acrylic paint and making dots all the way around the rim. Next, I took my twine that I'll be using for a hanger and cut a piece that I wanted to use and hot glued those pieces directly on the inside of the pizza pan. And then I took Gorilla Grip glue and placed it around the edge of the inside part of the pizza pan and put some on the twine as well. And then I added hot glue with that as well. And then I placed down my wood round right in the center. It just fits perfectly right in the center of the pizza pan. And these I get from Amazon. And then I took some different ribbons and I pinched them in the center and crisscrossed them back and forth, making sure to hold it nice and tight in the center. Once I have it all full, I take some twine, I wrap it around the center where my hand is holding those pinched pieces all together. I pull it nice and tight on the back, wrap it around the front, pull it nice and tight again, and then knot it in the back a couple times, cutting off the excess twine. I then go around and trim up the ribbon to make sure that they're all the same length and fluff out all of the ribbons, separating them, pulling them forward so it's nice and full. And then to attach it, I take a piece of the ribbon from the back of the bow and I staple that right to the wood round. So I do that on both sides. And last thing I did was took these little bees that I get from Amazon and I used some Gorilla Grip glue to attach them. I'll be putting this on my front door and I did not want any hot glue to heat up and these to fall right off. So I just attached them with the Gorilla Glue and that is it. I think it turned out so pretty. Thank you guys so much for watching.